Phil Price, Dr. Chen, Shivrajan sir, Rajiv Kumar ji, Jitendra ji Pawar sahab, all distinguished technical experts from different part of India, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, KP Mathur, I am from Sachor, Rajasthan. We have a very different project, and I think this is the first project in India of different kind. You might have heard the name of Barmer, Jaisalmer, Sachor. It's a completely desert area, Thar desert. We have made a different scheme, and I want to tell the success story of this scheme, because we have the construction activity has been completed. The Sachor project, the Narmada water is being utilized in this project. We are getting water from Sardar Sarovar Dam. Out of total 28 MF water, we are getting only 0.5 MF water as a share of Rajasthan state. And we are getting water from Sardar Sarovar. Water travels 458 kilometers in Gujarat. Then it reaches to the border of Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, we have got 74 kilometers of main canal, and we have got 12 distributaries, including 3 of them are lift distributaries, and about 250 of miners and sub-miners. This is the command area of our Narmada Canal project in Rajasthan, which includes 2 districts, mainly Barmer and Jalore. This is a unique project which includes drinking water also with irrigation. You must be thinking this is the few areas green and some area is yellow. The yellow area in local language we used to say is a Nair area. Means you can say it's a waterlogged area where water allowance is very less we have taken. This area is very near to run of patch. The general NSL is about 10 meters of MSL. You see, and the remaining green part, there are canals are being made over there, and we have a different scheme. Up to the farm or command, we have open channels, and then after that, we have pressurized irrigation pipe network with sprinkler. That is mandatory in this project. Initially, this project was with flow irrigation, and the area which was included in the project in the very beginning was 1.35 lakhs hectare. And 89 villages of Jalore and 15 of Barmer district were covered in this. But we have seen the IGP project and we have faced so many problems. Maybe we faced 2 problems in Indira Gandhi Canal project, that was increase in water table in short span and drainage and salinity problems. To overcome all these problems, we have taken these remedial measures in our Narmada Canal project. So we can go through these: the reduction in water allowances, and second and most important is mandatory use of sprinkler and drip irrigation technology in our command area, anti-saline crop, judicious use of bio drainage, and another very important aspect of this project is consecutive use of groundwater with surface water. We are using the groundwater also to maintain the level of water in the ground. Then another thing is we have introduced farmer participation in irrigation. We have got 2,236 water users association, and we have elected all of them, and our WAs are functioning very well. We have adopted sprinkler irrigation system in place of conventional irrigation method, and following are the benefits we have found and we have getting. The CC has been increased from 1.35 lakhs hectare to 2.46 lakhs hectare. This is a great achievement. And, we have included so many parts of Barmer district also, which previously there was no water for drinking. Now they are getting water for drinking as well as for irrigation. This is a very productive thing in this project. We are giving drinking water facilities in 1541 villages also, including 3 big towns. And the fruit production, previously it was 534 crores, which has been increased 2200 crores annually. This is based on 2015 and 16. And Kharif crop also we have introduced in this project. This is what Narmada Water Dispute Tribunal has allotted water. Out of total of 28 MF, Rajasthan share of Rajasthan is 0.50 and Madhya Pradesh is 18.25, Gujarat 9 and Maharashtra 0.25. So we are getting 0.5 MF at the head of Rajasthan border, and accordingly we have restricted to the canals. The discharge at the head of Rajasthan border is 73.5 cumecs, which includes drinking water allotment also. And the CC of this project is 2.46 lakhs hectare.
This is canal irrigation system or pipeline?
This is all pressurized irrigation with pipeline. Up to the command area, we have restricted open canals. And from there onwards, we have pressurized irrigation with HDP pipeline, buried HDP pipeline.
By pumping?
Yeah, the pumping. That I will tell you later. I am coming to that point also. So this is what we have taken the area of irrigation, intensity of irrigation in different areas. NAD area I explained earlier, and this is flow area and this is lift area. This irrigation we have got, and these are the villages. These are the villages which are being served for irrigation in NAD area, lift area in total. And this is the Rajasthan share in Narmada Canal is 0.5 mm, and mode of conveyance is Narmada main canal taking off from Sardar Sarovar Dam, Gujarat. This is another detail of that. We are getting 0.5 at Sardar Sarovar Dam. At Rajasthan border we are getting 0.48408 mm, and for drinking purpose it is reserved. 0.104 mm is reserved for drinking, and then we are getting only 0.3778 mm for irrigation. But at the same time we are using the groundwater there, which is 107.4 mmCM or 0.8708 mm. We are using groundwater also. So this is also very useful to avoid any sort of water logging in that area. This is the water losses we have decided for different areas. This is waterlogged area, we have less water losses, normal area, and this is lift irrigation. We are designing everything according to all these things. We have 12 distributaries I have mentioned earlier. From 12 we have 3 lift schemes also, and 9 with flow. And the length of distributaries is 390 kilometers and minor sub-minor 4053. The main important thing is method of application is strictly mandatory sprinkler and drip only. We are using strictly sprinkler system. This is the main beauty of this project, and the main outcome of this project and success of this project is sprinkler irrigation or pressurized pipe irrigation. This is the planning on designing a pipe network. Before this, I want to show you this. This is the typical drawing of what we are doing after the open canal. This is the open canal. We are planning checks of about 100 hectares. This is our canal. Here we have given an outlet which connects this outlet to this diggy. I don't think you have heard the name diggy. It's a new name for you people, but it's a storage tank. You can say it's a trapezoidal shaped storage tank. We used to call it diggy in our local languages. So we store this, we take water from canal to diggy, and there is a sump well is constructed near this pump room, and from pump room suction is being led there, and pumps are installed in this pump room, and pumping is being done to the farmers, and outlet are being made at every 8.5 hectares of the land. Out of 100 hectares, we have made the pockets of 8.5 hectares, and one outlet is provided for 8.5 hectares at every chunk. About, you see, 10 to 12 chunks are outlets are there in a chunk of 100 hectares. So this is a systematic diagram what we are doing. This is a new for everybody because we are taking water from the canal to the diggy and then to some time then we are pumping from the pump room to the farms of the cultivators. This is a new concept and it is running very successfully. So this is what I am telling you, the average size of holding is 8 to 10 hectares and with discussion with cultivators we have decided to keep the chunk of about 100 hectares, maybe a bit higher or lower, but it is around 100 hectares. And the area for chunk is about 10 to 15 cultivators. The working hand required will be comparatively small. Capacity and rating of main pumps will be comparatively small. I want to tell you that the capacity and the rating of the pumps is about, you see, 10 to 25 HP pumps we are using. And we are commanding the area of about 100 hectares from them. We have one standby unit and one working unit. Main pipelines will be smaller length, individual pumps will be of lower capacity, the laterals will be shorter length and therefore easily maneuverable. This is the design aspect, how we are calculating the losses and everything and how we design the pumps and all. I don't want to go in deep in this because we have discussed so many times from yesterday in every session. So these are the main point what we are doing. We are taking the main important aspect of the design in our marine HDP pipeline is we are taking pressure at OT outlet level is 23 meters of height. Then we calculate from OT to our this diggy, which is a storage tank. We calculate the losses also, and then we take about 10 meters of losses for suction and delivery also. So accordingly, the total losses, the total head required at diggy is calculated, and accordingly the pipeline is designed and pump is also designed. Use of sprinkler system adopted to increase water efficiency and to reduce seepage losses. It is mandatory. This will control rise in water table. Diggies on each outlet are being constructed to provide a source of water to the sprinkler. The capacity of diggies has been taken to store water up to 4 hours, approximately 2.5 lakhs liters. And as I have told you, that outlets are for 8 to 8.5 hectares area. Farmers will get water from outlet to his farm by using his own sprinkler system. Right up to the outlet system, we have provided them the pumps, the marine HDP pipeline, everything. I'll show a picture later in which the farmers will take water from the outlet. One outlet is provided for 8.5 hectares. That I have already mentioned and I will show you in the later slides. Cost up to outlet is being borne by state, and after that, cultivators, they will provide their sprinklers and they will take water to their farms. This is a sample check planning showing laying marine pipeline. You see, this is the diggy, this is storage tank over here, and the red color pipeline is the main pipeline. And the diameter is about 90 mm to maximum of 140 mm. At few places it may be 200 mm also, but normally it is 90 to 140 mm. These blue pipelines are the sub-mains and it's going to all the part of the farm. And these are the outlet. You see, this is an outlet, this is an outlet, this is an outlet, this is an outlet, this is an outlet. Here we want, we used to keep pressure of 23 meters of water head to operate the sprinkler. Accordingly, design is being done. So this is the systematic plan of this chuck, and this is the one pocket. This green line shows one pocket, and one outlet is being given on in this one part of this, which is 8.5 or 8 hectares. So this is the plan of it. So diameter is very. We have main and sub mains. We have 90 mm to 140 mm. It may be at few places we have a 200 mm HDP pipe also, but normally it is 90 to 140 because we are using PN4 pipes. If we design accordingly for 100, it will become 90 to 140 mm.
What is the duty in this area? What is the duty in this area?
Sir, it is duty is 3.4 centimeters.
Sir, what arrangement you have made for desilting in the diggy?
Basically, the diggy is also one sort of sedimentation tank also. Silt settles in this and then it goes
Duration
in.
is very less, 4 hours is not
Sir,
sufficient.
it is pressure irrigation, there is very few chances of accumulation of silt. Very little. I will say
That
it's
number of sums, that is number of degrees in your project. What is the total number of degrees that you have constructed in the,
2236, 2236.
you have all the power connections to
Yes,
every point?
yes.
What is the
I
capacity of?
want, that I will tell you later in the slides. First I will tell you. One thing I want to tell you is that we have got dedicated dedicated electricity lines.
In detailed question we can solve that. That could be better.
Okay, we will discuss it later. Okay, fine. This is the storage tank dinghy filled with water. This is an outlet. You see, right up to this level, these are the HDP pipelines, and this is the outlet for the farmer. The farmer will join his pipe. This is farmer's pipe. So right up to this point, all expenditure is borne by government. From this point onward, the cultivator will take water with his own pipes and sprinkler. This is the cropping pattern. The place where we were not having drinking water, now we are doing irrigation of 2.46 lakh hectare. It's a really great achievement. And in Kharif, this is the cropping pattern. We are sowing groundnut, castor, vegetable, fruits, and bajra, wheat fodder. And in Rabi, wheat, mustard, cumin, gram, isabgol, and Sachor area and Barber area very popular for cumin seeds. We are producing best quality of cumin seed in our area, and it is the production is you see it is of the amount of 1 ton per hectare. We are getting 1 ton production per hectare. This is really very great achievement. This is the sprinklers running in the field, and one expert asked me regarding sedimentation. Although in pressure irrigation there is no type of sedimentation of silt, but even then we are providing hydrocyclone filters in the pump room to de-silt if any silt is there or if sand is there to remove. We are providing hydrocyclone filters, and the technical data are available in 14743 IS code. And these are all details of that hydrocyclone filter, and this is the diagram of hydrocyclone filter. And this is the validity door open network we have discussed in all the 2 sessions yesterday also. So, and this is the cost comparison. This is the cost which we are getting. This is the estimate based on price index of 2012, but now the rate, which is 37,000 rupees per hectare, has increased to 50,000 rupees per hectare on the price index of 2016-2017. This is the detail of that, because civil work we have to, this is the cost of OMT works, on-farm works only, not the open general cost. So you see for this cost of dinghy, storage tank, sump well, and pump house, boundary wall, other civil works, and this is mechanical work, cost of 2 number of water pumps, centrifugal pumps, and other fittings, vacuum pumps and suction pipe, deliveries and everything, it costs around this. And this is the electricity, dedicated electricity cost. It comes to about 37,000 rupees per hectare, the price index of 2012. But now it has increased to rupees 50,000 per hectare on the price index of 2016 and 17. Water distribution through participating irrigation management. The state government has implemented this RFPM Act 2000 and Rules 2000. Farmers are taking part in this. They are collecting the revenues and depositing to government, and they are doing all the maintenance and works on the canals and their dinghies and their farms also. And recently in Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchay Yojana, we have taken one-time grant also for these dinghies, which were 1200 rupees per hectare, and for infrastructure it is 3 lakhs for WES. We are giving to the WES to construct their own halls or committees or committee halls, and they can use in other works also. We people were organizing training camps at Sachor also, at their workplace, at the fields also, and we have irrigation management and training institute at Kota, which give training to the farmer regularly, and we are also conducting the training schedules at our places, various places. revenue is being collected by the WA president, and the whole amount is deposited to the government. And the main attraction of this is 50% of that revenue we give back to the farmers or WA for their own use. We are maintaining all records and everything with them, which can be checked, and audit is being done for them. In the last, I want to tell you that so many dignitaries have visited Narmada Canal Sanchor. Among them are Mr. Montek Singh Ahluwalia ji and all CWC higher officers, and everybody has came to there. I invite you all people to come there and watch this unique project, which is I think first in India. And I invite you, please come. And thanks for giving me time to the organizers. Thank you very much. And thank you.
We have about 15 minutes tea